Hey man, I want to welcome everybody back to the man cave with my boy Johnny Q. I don't know what happened to Pearl. I still ain't heard from him, so I don't know, man. But it is what it is.
Pearl seem like he a night owl, man. I see Pearl more at nighttime than anything.
Yeah, yeah,
But I be like, hell, I be getting off work. I be going to sleep. I
yeah,
be like,
yeah.
God damn, Pearl, your ass in the night owl too, boy.
Right. And then I know but he get off I think at 12:30. So I don't know if 1:30 is bad for him. I don't know, pimp. But that's communication, man. All you gotta do
Yeah.
is say something.
Yeah,
Like,
just say something. I might can, if I can, I can redirect my time.
right,
I'll
that's what I'm
try.
saying. Like, hey, pimp. Like I try
I'll
to I
try.
try to accommodate everybody, but pimp, I can't run behind you know.
Yeah.
we grown men. Just tell me what the problem is so we can fix it and move on, man. Like,
All right.
hey man.
Man, I saw you with your boy Bruce.
Yeah, man. I talked to him yesterday. I ain't talked to him in probably about a year or two. And
Okay.
pimp, we just anytime we talk, pimp, or get together, like we gonna meet up Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we laugh nonstop, man. Like
Okay, good.
yeah, we had some great times, man. And then like I said on the podcast, like I ain't never fell out with nobody, man. Like we just drift apart. Like when he got married, like I give people the room to be who they are. Like when he got
Right.
married, everybody said, well, stuff gonna change once he get married. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a hater. Like the man married, so you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't really fall out with nobody, man. It's just sometimes people lives grow in separate ways. Like
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? So
And not only that, man, everybody don't know how to balance everything right off.
right,
You know,
right,
and it
right,
took me, through my coming up through some of my adult years, even I had to realize that. You know,
right, right, right,
because you can't be everywhere at one time.
right,
You ain't number one person.
right, right, right.
And
Like I tell people, if you tell me what you got going on, I can try to fit it in my schedule, but
mhm.
it's not going. Hey, Miss India, I know you out balling this weekend.
Oh,
They
India.
skip. Yeah, they skip time like real players, man.
Yeah.
They be getting the hello, but like I tell people, man. That Miss Danielle, she was on here with me last night. I'm
Okay.
saying that if you can come on, Danielle, hey, you and Jen will be a great conversation. Hold on, I'm gonna send you the link. Yeah, like, and then like I'm glad to see that people have been donating to Nord. I'm glad of that. And then his cousin just hit me, and like I always been real cool with his family. His cousin
Mhm.
just hit me and told me that they showed the video that I did to his mama, and she smiled. Hey man,
Okay.
that like we always been like that's always been another one of my play mamas. Like you know what I mean. So like I say, man, my love for people don't never go nowhere. You know what I mean. Just because we ain't hanging every day. Okay, well she's Danielle said she can't come today. I would, but I
Okay.
can't. I can only listen right now. Oh, she on her way to a meeting. Okay, well how do you been, y'all?
Yeah. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, man. We had a good little conversation last night.
Oh yeah, what y'all was on?
Oh shit, I was really just talking about some shit, and I don't forget what I hit that she wanted to talk about, and
Mm.
I mean she came on and we got to talking and shit. We had a 2 hour show. And like I
Right.
told her, man, I'm looking for new talent. I'm looking for people that don't mind talking because
Right.
that's what's missing, man. Communication and people know how to deal with people. People know how to
Man.
deal with now I'm gonna let you talk to Jen about that. it's this new shit out, man. That it's women that like men that dress up like transvestites or some shit. She was saying they call feminine heterosexual men or some shit. I was
Huh?
like, shut, I ain't never heard of that shit. And say women like the men that dress up like transvestites and shit like that.
I ain't
Some
never heard of that. What's well?
hold on, you know some more of my folk, pimp.
Hmm,
You know Stephanie Daniels.
yeah. Oh, step.
Man, that pimp, we went to elementary school together, man. We've been together since the first or second grade. Her and her brother
Oh
Steve.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She had
yeah,
yeah, man. Step
yeah.
Step used to be over by my neighborhood, man. She was married to a good friend of mine, man.
Nigga, I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. Nigga, I went to the prom with Steph.
For real. Ah,
Yeah. I'll show y'all a little prom picture you'll trip out.
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Step. Yeah, man. Step cool, man. Been knowing Step. I have been knowing Step them prior since I was like 17.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, man. Oh yeah, she said she's talking about the Rick James and the Prince type men now. That's becoming a thing now. Like men wearing perms and shit and all that shit, and women like that. And I'm like, hey man, hell no.
But,
Hey man,
but the only thing, I mean, I don't really know if that's a good example because Rick James had a lot of women. I
right.
mean, but
Yeah, Prince did too.
yeah, but it was never rumored as far as I know. I mean, it was suspected, but nobody actually confirmed they messed with men. I guess that's the
Right,
point I was getting to.
right,
Now I can recall around about 2000, I'm gonna say about 16, 17. Um, I was in the store. Now I think you might have heard me tell this story before, but I'll never forget it, man. It was a little, it was a little bitty boy, and then it was two of the flaming, the real flaming punks.
right,
You know the hey, how you doing? You know how they do. I'm
right,
talking about
right.
the real flamers.
Yeah.
So I'm not knowing that this is his real son, and the reason I found out because when I'm at the counter, I'm playing my numbers. A phone call come through,
Right.
and when the phone call come through, it's the baby mama, and you know they on the little iPhone. So she like, hey son, what you doing? He's like, nothing, just here with dad. He's like, yeah, girl, he here with me. You should know he all right. She was like, oh, you must, let's just say the other dude named Twan or whatever. Like, she's like, oh, you must be with Twan. He like, yeah, hey boo, I'm with my man. So I'm like,
Uh,
I'm like, whoa, like, is this shit real? Like, nigga. And she like, yeah, I'm glad you're looking after him. You just make sure you keep an eye on him and my son. And I'm like, bitch, I know this nigga. Excuse me. I'm like, baby, I know this man just didn't turn like this yesterday.
right,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
How the fuck? I really wanted to, man, I promise you, I wanted to stop them brothers outside and ask them, like, how did this happen, bro?
Right.
I promise you. But if I didn't think I would get such the because I couldn't find the real right way to ask.
Right.
The way
Yeah.
it wouldn't seem offensive, I guess.
Right.
Because there's no way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no, like, it's just no way. How?
Hey, Pimp, I know like everything ain't meant for me to understand. I don't even try to understand. I really don't. Like I don't want to understand because it'll never make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't have some bad relationships and shit like that, and then but it ain't never been so bad that You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm sick of women. I ain't messing with no more women. I'm finna go try me a dude. Like it ain't never been that bad, man. It might make me go from one female to another female, but
Yeah,
hey, pimp, yeah, I'm not.
but
I ain't
not
never
that.
got that mad at him. You know what I mean?
But see,
Danielle said she had a crush on a dude who switched on her before she even get it. Hell no.
whoa,
And she say, wearing toenail polish is common right now. Like she don't seen it twice in her own male circle. Like, hey man, like I don't know what the fuck going on, bro.
see, I think what's really done happen, Black. I think what's done happen on that end too. And see, this is something women got. See, I'm not making no excuse for my mama when I tell this story. But Black, I believe in this, and I know everybody don't believe in it, but it's the right way to do wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm about to let people know about my mom, because my mom like women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember a girl before my mom died. I know she was with this particular woman probably off and on for about 15 years. You know what I'm saying? If not 20.
Right.
But I remember my mama said something interesting to me one day, man. And that's when she was asking me about did I want another sibling. And I was like, yeah. She was like, boy, but the only way you'll get another sibling, boy, it'll have to be by your father. She
Yeah,
was
no.
like, she was like, it's just a man I can't shake. She like, I can't shake him. Now, her
Right.
and my father ain't dealt with each other since they birthed me.
Yeah.
But this just lets you know the connection that he had over her. Now, I don't know if he willingly knew that or not,
Right.
but this what came out of her own mouth.
Yeah.
Then I would see consciously, excuse me, in the projects. Because, they had the little drag queens back then,
Right.
but they mostly moved at nighttime. So most of the time, majority of the
Yeah.
time when the children were in bed,
Yeah.
that's when the
Yeah.
adults would come out to play. All right? No matter
Right.
what side of the track you on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I remember one day, uh, you know, Flamer come up through the projects, and my mom nickname was Tree, and they was like, "Hey Tree, hey Piglet, how y'all doing?" Just no lie, man. I can't make it up, Black. My mom stopped the whole show. She was like, "Hey nigga, you don't see these fucking kids out here?" It was like, "Yeah." Tree's like, "Hey, don't come around here with that shit. These young
Right.
boys out here.
Right.
Get your ass on up the hill."
Oh
This no,
yeah.
and listen,
Yeah.
all the women, I can't front, Black. All the women stood up because my mom was tough. If she was gonna go, everybody was gonna go.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm saying that to let people know now, even though they were wrong in what they were doing, but they was like, hey, boy, it's only so far we gonna let shit go. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And even though we wrong, y'all kids, we ain't promoting what's happening. Now, we were just figuring out what was happening.
Right.
Certain people who had mamas who was in this circle, and as we got older, you see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they still wasn't gonna allow all the wrong to be like, oh
Yeah.
no, since we doing it, it's just all out.
Right.
Nah,
Kids weren't exposed to everything, man.
nah. And that's why I say, man, now we just in a place, man, where, you know, nobody is being conscious of what's being exposed.
Right. Yeah.
It's, it's not a lot of people holding other people accountable.
Right. Right. Like
And
we were talking
women,
about it last night, man, how the kids are getting robbed of their childhood. Like
yeah,
everything is wide open now. You know what I
man,
mean? Like, and it's crazy because now that they showing that people been into molesting kids.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's why you can't expose your child to everything. Like
no,
the vultures are out there. You know what I mean? They don't showed you that they into kidnapping people and people being found that they thought were dead years ago. That's been in the sex slave shit. And like, hey man, it's
Been in captivity.
right. Like, hey man, it's crazy out here, man.
Uh,
That's why I
Black.
say parents gotta get back to parenting, man. You gotta prepare your child for all this crazy ass shit going on out here, man.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
they exposed to it whether you want them to or not. They exposed to it. So if you ain't gonna teach them, how the hell you expect them to know better? Because kids are kids. Like
Yeah.
they don't have the brain development that you think they have. Now they're a whole lot smarter than what you think they are.
Right.
But they not gonna notice a whole lot of grown folk shit at 9 and 10 years old. You know what I mean? So
They don't
you
even
gotta
understand the wisdom of it. See,
right.
they
That's
don't
what
have the
I'm saying.
wisdom. Just like you say,
That's right.
they may be a little knowledgeable. They might even have the
Right.
smarts.
Right.
But to really know what they looking at and know
Right.
the ins and out of it, they don't have that
Right.
wisdom.
Right.
They don't have it, Black.
And it's up to you as a parent to teach it to
Yep.
them. Like, hey man, I don't understand what the you know what I mean? Why it's so hard. Like I would never want my child or children to learn something from the streets that I should have taught them. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, hey man, it's crazy. They don't have that. They don't have the discernment to process the action they're doing. That's right. They kids.
right.
You know what I mean? They mind is young. Like, come on, man. Hey man. I don't know, man. Like this shit is getting crazy out here, man. It really is. And like I say, don't nobody want to be held accountable.
No, don't nobody want to be held
Don't
accountable.
want nobody to be what. But hey, Pimp, hey, it's up to you. It's your child.
Yeah.
So well, how you figure you're not gonna be held accountable regardless? It's your child. Everything starts at home. You know what I mean? So hey man. And to me, when you have kids, though that should be your most important thing
Yeah.
after that. Because your child can't do nothing for themselves. You know what I mean? So they are real vulnerable. So it's your job to be a nurturer, a protector, hey man, and to guide your child, man. And it
Mm,
started from day one. Like
that's
if the
it.
shit that's going on now don't show you that it started from day one, I don't know what it's gonna take. You know what I mean? Because everything is happening. And I'm talking about a lot of shit happening in broad daylight now.
Man. Right when
Like,
the sun coming up.
hey man, in broad daylight, 1 and 2 o'clock, like it's going down. You know what I
Man.
mean? So
Like I was just laughing at a comment online. I guess this whole there's a lot of black brothers and sisters. They went on this little boating event. And I think it looked like it was about like 5 or 6 boats out there that they was getting on. So I guess that, they're just going out to the middle of the ocean to party. But before they even leave the dock, a fight broke out. Dude punched dude slipped, fell into they're at the docks. So the water already deep. So he done hit the dude, I don't know for what, boom. The other dude kicked him, he fell into the water. Another dude had to dive in and save him because he was unconscious. Now, the comments, and this on the part, it goes into what you were saying. It's kicking off right at daylight. Now, you ain't even realize, one, you got to know you're being recorded. This a fight. Two,
right.
you done left the man to drown. Now, you about to get a free body. But I'm going to spin off because people in the comment section was like, man, it's always us. Now I'm going to fast forward to 2 days ago. 2 days ago, it just so happened I went on this white page. Bro, they got fights everywhere. You hear me? I'm talking about all out. Black,
Right.
it's got to be at least 2,000 people in this event hall. Fight broke out. I'm talking about girls getting hit with heels. The security trying to bat both of them up. The other girl swing on security. The man tried to grab the girl, come behind, hit the man in the face. The other homegirl come by and WWF the white girl. I mean, it's a real all-out brawl. Then a clip come on right after that of some other Chuck E. Cheese event. Man, the white folk done tore up Chuck E. Cheese about who can't get this seat. I mean, you got Black, the kids standing there like, what the fuck? I mean, this like a real 25, 30 parents. And the reason I'm bringing all that up, Black, for one thing, I put in the comments, boy, y'all must don't know this everywhere. It's dealing with every race, every ethnic group. See what I'm saying? Ain't nobody exempt of what's happening now.
Right.
See, I really despise comments like that because I know that when people make those comments, you only been looking in one community.
Right. That's right.
You know, I really get out.
Right.
You ain't gonna just trick me with one skin tone. Because I know I ain't the only skin tone in the world. Everybody right now is caught up in all this trickery, this foolishness, man. Everybody caught up not wanting to hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody, Black.
Yeah.
Just like say this shit done got out of control, man. I mean, it's been out of control, but man, now it's almost like just everybody just saying, fuck it. Let it be what it gonna be.
Instead of trying to fix something, you just say fuck it. Yeah. Like, okay. It's consequences to that too. Like it's consequences to everything, good or bad. It's consequences. You know what I mean? Just because you ain't thinking about the consequences, that don't mean they're not in it.
It ain't none. I mean, you know what I mean, boy, we can see that with the Young Thug and Gunna case.
Right.
And all the rest of the goddamn informants on the case.
Right.
You know, Black man, it's just now nobody. People feel now it's just better. I stay in my own lane.
Right. That's it.
But I ain't gonna lie. If you swerve in my lane and I know you mean harm, I'm gonna check you.
Right.
If I feel you know better, and you ain't trying to do me no harm, or just don't know, I'm definitely gonna give you some wisdom.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna try not just let you be out here blank face, even if you want to be. Man, I don't know, Black. I think, man, we just at a time. I don't know, man. I be thinking a lot every day, man. I'll tell you. This shit mind-boggling.
You ain't by yourself, pimp. I promise.
This shit mind-boggling, man. I'm telling you, man. The people, man, I'm still trying to read up on the article about the young boy being shot 60 times. Some people saying he threw a gun. Other people saying ain't no such thing as he threw a gun. I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, but shit, if he did have a gun, it ain't worth 60 shots. Like, goddamn, pimp.
Especially when, I don't know if you seen the white dude who didn't want to get arrested. I think he had to be somewhere down there, Florida. So it took a neighbor to come out and be like, nah, bro, you finna get arrested. You know, let this cop do his job, put the handcuffs on you. Now, you're a civilian. I don't really advise that for every civilian, you know, unless it's really, really necessary. And unless you done saw the whole thing. But the white boy was so skinny and strong, he got on butt ass. Buddy told the cop, tase him. Hit him with the tase.
Hell no. Hell no.
Say all that to say, this is the trill part. Now the champion police officer really can't handle the dude. He can't really, the dude came to assist him. He can't even really assist the dude. But you know what he never thought of, Black? He never thought of pulling the gun. You hear me? He stayed reaching for that taser.
Yeah.
It never crossed his mind, Black.
Right.
See, that's the whole point. It never listen, Black. When you read it and you read the whole body language you hear, you he never even thought about the word gun.
Right.
And Black, I'm telling you, he's supposed to shot the shit out of Buddy. When
Oh,
I tell you, Buddy
shit.
was giving the real resistance and was saying, "Boy, I ain't going out." Hold on, he told him, "I ain't going." So let me say it clearly. If I can go back and find the clip, I'm gonna send it to you. But not only that, he told him, "I ain't going no motherfucking well," and went off, and he meant that
Oh
shit.
yeah.
So
Hey
not
man.
only did he show it, he told you.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
Hey.
just saying, the white officer never once thought about his gun.
No, pimp. That only applies to us now. Like
Man,
it's done been some white boys that done murdered many. I mean, matter of fact, the one that just what killed 8 people
yeah, 8 people.
and shot 30 more and
Yep,
hey pimp, he went in nice and calm.
nice and calm.
He went in just as nice and calm, man. Like this shit.
Like, hey, all right, I'm ready. Y'all can come on.
Yeah. And say
You know, this shit be
he thought about stopping in another city and
right.
going out again. Like, and they say when they were showing, he would point himself out in the video.
Hey,
Hey
but this a
man,
trip boy, Black. They had another one on the 4th of July in Philadelphia. I think he killed 4 people and injured so many. I'm gonna be honest with you. Really, it was supposed to have been some more people go off everywhere. See, that was a collective group.
yeah, yeah,
And the reason people say, well, how you gonna say that? Black, let me tell you something, man. I I might not have all the history in America, but I do know this. 2 people ain't waking up on the same day talking about doing that on the
right,
same day without no communication.
right,
See, I'm talking
right,
about that. 2 people ain't waking up thinking about that on the same day.
right,
Well, let me say it this way. Executing it and don't know each other. Well,
right,
you know how lucky you got to be for 2
right,
people not to know each other that's talking about doing mass murder on the 4th of
right,
July on the same day, around about the same time.
right, right.
Black, that mean the 2 of those white boy could have hit the lotto on the same day. The
Yeah,
real lotto.
yeah,
And that really needs to be investigated. See, that really needs to be investigated. You know, they can call it conspiracy theory, but it ain't no way that happened, Black.
right,
And they kind of downplayed the Philadelphia because I think, like I said, it was only 3 or 4 people that got killed. Some people heard about it, some people didn't. But Buddy had the more injured people. So, he got more top story. I I don't know, Black. I don't know, man. We had an all-time high of foolishness.
oh yeah. Hey man.
I, I wanted to get your perspective on what you thought about the BET show,
I ain't seen it.
which I
What
didn't watch. I just saw clips.
I'm saying, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
Yeah, yeah, me neither. I
Oh,
just saw
okay.
the clips like online, but from
What,
the
the hip hop
clips,
awards or something?
yeah, and that's it. The BET Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm just making sure that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll go look at it though and see.
Well, the reason, your boy, Valentine, what's his first name?
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Valentine.
Yeah.
He was speaking on it because his niece was one of the bag up dancers for Lizzo, and he was just saying they wanted to see his niece dance. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, he never seen. I guess they gave one of the art. I'm assuming it had to be Santana with the song "Ho Ho Ho" or some shit. They say he was like, how the hell does he get artist of the something? He was like, if you serve me correctly, majority of the song is hope.
Right, right.
Like, how much vocals you need to? How much pretty vocals you need to do that?
Right.
He was like, "Where's the instrument? Where's the backup singers?" He was like, "Am I
Right.
missing something?" Because he had a younger, you know. He was like, "Man, am I missing something?"
Nah.
And I was like, really, I've been stopped watching that shit for almost 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, it don't take no talent no more to be
No,
famous. It don't take no talent, man. It
uh,
really don't.
it
It's
don't.
all about the followers.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's all about the followers. Like, hey man, that's why I don't be interested in a lot of shit no more. Like even when I talked to Bruce, he was talking about how the game done changed and how these younger comedians are getting it so much easier and how much money they getting. You know what I
right.
mean? It all stems from social media.
It all
I
stems
mean,
from social media.
I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? It just for older comedians or older entertainers, like that shit went out when we was doing our thing. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's gonna be harder unless you become a big celebrity. It's gonna be harder for you to catch on like these newer cats because they brought up in it. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So you know what I mean?
I
Like I was gonna start putting my lives on my on my pages, but it'll take people too long to you know what I mean follow my page or to catch it on my page. Like I'll just leave it on my profile, man. Like that shit don't be that serious to me,
Yeah.
man. Like, I just want to get the entertainment out there. You know what I mean?
I I seen where I seen a couple of his shows. What is he, the comedian Pierre?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a, I'm gonna give you an idea too, Black. That I would like to see. I would honestly like to see you do and people of your craft do, and that is I know by it being a bunch of y'all, but I would really like to see, man, at least 8 of y'all, you know, from each camp do a at least 8 of y'all do a show once a week, man, and just give people the inside out. You know,
Right,
I mean, and that's just because people who don't know y'all and might just heard the name and now can put a face with the name. You see
right,
what I'm saying?
right, right.
And whatever y'all discussion, because I think that's really what's missing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? From the legends like yourself, man.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think y'all need to do it more as a collective group because it's just like when me and you discuss things, we know it really takes a group.
right,
I
yeah,
know sometimes it be
yeah.
hard putting that group together,
Right,
but
right.
but just like you got your platform here, I think that'd be something that, or at least twice out the month.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
like that's why I started the Comedy Chronicles, just interviewing comedians that y'all done heard their name for years, but they never made it to being big celebrities. You know,
Right.
and a lot of them don't care about that. Like I
But
say, it was an art form. It was just a way of living for us. You know what I
right,
mean? So we wouldn't like. I know when I was wide open in the game, man. Like I really wasn't concentrating on the business part of it. Not at the
right.
time. You know what I mean? Because I understood comedy was a marathon. Like back then, it took you about 20 years to make it. Like
Yeah,
on some real shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
it did.
Steve Harvey them had been in the game 20 years, 30 years, or 20, 25 years before they came up with the Kings of Comedy.
Right.
So I knew this shit was a marathon. You know what I mean? That's why like, for as long as I was on the road with Bruce, when my work slowed down with him, it got discouraging because if I thought I would be able to move on, like step to the side and keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that I had to go all the way back to the shit that the people that started with me, Pimp, I had to go all the way back, and then now I'm up under them because I've been doing mainstream shit. They've been wide on the chitlin circuit. So now
Mm.
a lot of the new promoters on the black circuit, Pimp, I didn't know
Right.
because I had been on the road with Bruce for 8 years.
Like,
You know what I mean? So
and everything
I'm
had changed.
I'm like, man, do I have 20 more years to dedicate to this? And I was like, nah, hell no. Like, cause
Yeah.
I know how I was, and when I be talking about I was bucking on the system way back then, like Pimp, I was, and
Yeah.
I was a lot of times I was the only one. Like the comedian would tell me, "Hey, Black, you ain't gonna make it doing it like that, Pimp. Hey, Pimp, you can't be like nigga. Whatever I believe in, I'm a strong believer in the Pimp, and I'm gonna whatever consequences come with it, it come with it.
I
Like
come with it.
you know what I mean. So, and then I know it got for a minute, I know it got tiring to Bruce too. Cause Pimp, I was the same way with him. Like, hey, Pimp, I'm not. Hey, man, that ain't me, Pimp. I'm not. If I can't be me, I don't want
Right.
it. Like, I got into this game so because I could be me.
Yeah.
So if I can't be me, like they was telling me before, like street comedy didn't really take off until I jumped on Comic View, and my first season of Comic View, well, we was at the Atrium.
Okay.
And hold on, I'm trying to see if I think yeah. We was at the atrium, and I'm trying to see what that meant first year. I'm just trying to make sure that was my first year. But I think we was at the atrium, and yeah, matter of fact, it was. And my homeboy was working with BET at the time, and my show was so strong and so hard. They put me last. I was the last comedian that night. So after me, there was nobody else. So that's like they had to save me for the end because of
Right.
my style of comedy. And when they let me go up my first time, my homeboy was like, because you back then it was 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my 7 minute set. So I'm thinking they finna give me the light for me to come on stage. But when
Right.
I did my ending joke, hey man, I didn't see no light. So I just kept rolling. And after probably about I say maybe 10 to 12 minutes, they gave me the light. And my homeboy was like, Pimp, you had them laughing so hard that they just let you roll. He said the only reason they cut you off is because they ran out of tape.
God damn.
Because they had never seen nothing like it.
Wow.
I was like, hold on, they feeling me like that. He was like, Pimp, let me tell you something, Pimp, you have. So, and then that next year was when I had on that red shirt with Big Long Records on my cousin record label. And
Uh,
that's when they let me roll. When Ricky Smiley was hosting, and when he came out there, he said, hey man, I gotta get up. Y'all get it for Atlanta's own comedian Black Boy. And I was like, hey, Pimp, I'm not from Atlanta. I'm from Decatur. And the crowd went crazy. And Pimp, that's when they showed me at least 2-3 times a week, the whole season.
damn.
You know, so like, hey man, like I'm one of the first one. I'm the first one that I can remember that ever advertised on Comic View. Because usually they'll blur your shit out. If you wear some with some any kind of advertising, they used to blur it out.
Right.
But I don't know my cousin record label. I was like, look, this is ours. This ain't nobody nothing. This ours, and they let me do it. And that's when I noticed that other people started promoting on Comic View.
Okay. Damn.
You know,
So
like
so black politics play heavy that much to where
yeah,
you can to where you could have capitalized.
right. Yeah. Like Pimp, I got frustrated in the game, and Double D talk about this. Like when he came in the game, I was 5 years in the game, and
Mm.
I had lost comedy competitions because they said my material was too blue. They say it's blue. That means it's hard. You know what I mean?
So they
So
say it's too blue.
yeah.
Blue mean is it's
Yeah,
wow.
that's what the white people call it. They say it's blue. So
Wow.
Pimp, I had lost a comedy competition at Club Echelon. If you
Uh
remember Club Echelon, when
yeah, I remember that.
Wanda Smith was hosting,
Right,
I had when I say I tore that club up because it's in Decatur. I'm Decatur's own Pimp. So
right,
I wore that motherfucker out. And at the end of the contest, when I didn't win, I had to actually come up and calm the crowd down. Cause they was having fit like hell no, hell no. I was like, hey, Pimp, it's cool. I'm used to this. You know what I mean? Like,
did one ever give you an explanation? Did she say
oh,
something?
she called me back up there to calm the crowd down. And that was their reason. I lost because my comedy was too blue. Like street comedy wasn't around at the time. They had underground comedy with people
Right,
like Lou Brown and T.K. Kirkland, but that was mostly about oral sex and having shit like that. But talking about the streets and drugs and shit like I was the first one to do it down here anyway.
right. Got
I mean,
you.
then I met other comedians later on, like Corey Holcomb, D. Ray Davis, that was had similar styles to me. You
Right.
know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I met them later on, but and they came, I think both of them came from Chicago, I think. You
Damn.
know what I mean? So, like hey, Pimp. And street comedy didn't take off until I actually did it on comedy. That's when that
Man,
shit it took off. And
that's
then
crazy.
it's crazy because when it took off and everybody started doing nigga this, nigga that, cussing a lot and all this, like, hey, that's when I got tired of it. Because now it's not even about being funny. Y'all just want to be more shocking.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just want to say a lot of stuff to be shocking. Like, oh, come on, pimp. So I got bored with it. And what's up, Miss Keisha? Miss Zuba, another Southwest alumni. Yeah, man. Like, pimp, I saw, and then I lost. Like, I met Nick Cannon when he was 16, pimp, at the Bay Area comedy competition.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yeah. He was the first young kid in comedy. And I told him, I'm like, hey, pimp, ain't nobody your age doing comedy. You gonna be hell, pimp. He was 16, and that's another competition I lost because my material was too blue. It wasn't about the crowd. Nigga, I was tearing the crowds up, but the judges, it's too blue, nigga. And when I lost that one out there at the Bay Area comedy competition, and the people had a fit because it was a comedian called Black Casper too.
Right.
Black Casper, and it came down to the last person that they were gonna let advance, and when they were like Black, everybody just knew Black boy, Casper. I was like, hell no, y'all are literally robbing me. Like I was like, what? Hey man, if I can't be me, people, I don't want it. So I
Right.
started getting discouraged then, you know what I mean? But then when it took off, hey man, to my Lil JJ. Yeah, Lil JJ, yeah. Lil JJ, he's still around. He doing stand up now. Yeah, Lil JJ, he doing stand up now. He's still out here. He grown now, but he's still out. Like, hey man, like that's a lot of shit that got me frustrated, man. That I mean, I was like, pimp, I'm not doing this shit, man. Not getting robbed like this.
Right.
Like, and then y'all can't give me no explanation why. No, Black, they say it's too blue. It's too blue. Oh, it ain't about being funny. You know what I mean? Like, hey, because
If it
at the
ain't
time,
about being funny, so basically they just wanted you to commercialize. They
right,
wanted to
right,
commercialize you.
right, right, right.
But see, I
Like they wanted me to change my name, pimp. I wouldn't do it. My
wow.
name was Black Boy back when what I mean. Like they used to be scared to call me Black Boy, and then they told me they wanted me to change my name because on the marquee, if people see my name on the marquee, white people see my name on the marquee, they might not want to come in now because they don't know me. But then the white people that knew me love me. So I was
See,
like, look, that ain't no reason to change my name. Like, fuck
right.
that. And then I had been using the name about 15 years. Then like pimp, this is what everybody know me by. So, and then I was like, okay, well, if I change my name, or y'all gonna guarantee me some work? And they were like, well, Black, we can't guarantee you no work. I said, well, why would I change my name when and I gotta go and I've been using this
Right.
name for 15 years, so now I gotta start over. I said, then when you tell them I'm coming to your club, you gotta say formerly known as Black Boy. So
Yep.
what the nah, pimp, I'm cool, man. I'm not changing my name. They want me to change my name for like 5 years.
It's the
Yeah. Well, what's for me is for me. Yeah,
yep.
that's true.
And it just shows how a motherfucker feel entitled
Yeah.
to even tell another human being, hey, I want you to change your name.
But see that, but I'm gonna tell you what's crazy is legally they knew that they couldn't tell me that. So
Right.
they want flat out say, hey, you need to change your name. They'll be like, my advice would be to change your name. You know what I
Basically,
mean?
they indirectly tell you.
Right. Because legally they can't tell me to change my name. But then it becomes discrimination. But what they could do is what they did. They stopped working me when I came out the road with Bruce. Oh, okay. Well, he don't want to change his name. Like, well, okay. Well,
Man, shit is so crazy, man.
hey, man. But pimp, that's like I say. If I can't be me, pimp, I don't want it. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm cool with that. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Like, and then like I tell folks, a lot of shit that I talked about back then, pimp, I stay on the news. And I'm not apologizing for how I feel and who I am. Like, fuck
Right.
all that. If I don't believe in something, I'm gonna tell you I don't believe in it, and that is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Bruce would tell me all the time, Pimp, you gotta learn how to play the game, man. You gotta like Pimp, I can't, man. I
Yep.
can't. You know what I mean? Certain shit, I can't. Like he used to want me to dress like, hey Pimp, you don't want to put on no suit. I'm like, Pimp, a suit ain't for me. That don't even fit my style of comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I don't wanna be anything similar to you. Not saying it in a bad way, but you got your own style. And that's
Right.
what makes our show so good. I got my own style, you got your own style. And
That,
they a perfect match because we know how to feed off each other because we've been together so long. I
that's
did
it.
our chemistry was off the charts, man. They know our chemistry was off the chain, bro.
But you know what I wish more of us would have done, and this something I got to agree with what Dame Dash said. I'm not saying Dame did totally right by Rockefeller, but the one thing I got to agree what he did do, he stood toe to toe with the powers that be.
All right.
And he let it be known what y'all won't give us, we'll take it to the streets and get it.
That's it. That's it.
And I wish more of that would have happened with people with talent. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand Bruce, once he, to me, and you can correct me, but once, because he was very authentic to me. When I
Yeah.
first seen Bruce at the 559.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I go back that way with him.
Yeah.
And once he got on, which if I'm not mistaken, also, what was it? Comic View, or was
Yeah,
it the other
he
comic name?
he hosted Comic View 2 seasons and Coming to the Stage. I was the only writer
Right,
he had for both of them.
right. But what you saw at 559, you weren't seeing, which I know why you couldn't see it at coming.
Right,
But he started to show more of the Comic View side for the exposure
right,
and to get their payday rocking and rolling.
right.
But I'm willing to bet cash money. And I don't know if you ever asked if he would have stayed with y'all and the whole team and y'all just did it like a Rockefeller did, like a hold on, god damn it, my fault, Black.
No, you good.
Like a the damn, the No Limit Records, all the rest of the
Right,
power record label had it done it, man. It's just no telling where y'all would be.
right. But see, at the time, nobody was doing it like that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it really wasn't nobody really willing to step out to take a chance and do it. You know what I mean? Like they also told me that I had to build myself up to a certain level before they would even deal with me. Like a lot of doors I got in because of Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
because you know what I mean. Like you see, before you see him, you see me. You know what I
Right.
mean. So, and it was right at his peak. You know what I mean. Like I'm the only writer he had when he hosted Comic View and Coming to the Stage. So I'm behind the scenes. I'm seeing all this shit. So and then when they were like, "Well, Black, you know, we don't really mess with nobody up on the Bruce, Arnez, DC Curry, Earthquake, some more." So and then I was trying to get the comedians that started out with me to understand that. Because
Right.
I was telling them, look, pimp, start doing mainstream rooms. And why are you doing the black rooms? Because pimp, a lot of us, they don't even know who the hell we are. Like pimp, they didn't. As big as I had started being on the black circuit, they did not even know who I was on the white circuit. Had never heard of me. You know what I mean? So I started telling the comedians in Atlanta, like, look, man, start doing these mainstream rooms too, so you can grow on both of them at the same time instead of waiting until you think you done made it on the black circuit. You go over into the white circuit, pimp. They're gonna look at you like, who are you? Because they really don't mess with nobody up under Bruce and goddamn DC Curry, Earthquake, some more like they really don't know us. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I'm like, look, man, this is crazy. And I understand there's different levels to the game. And then one thing about it, once you get to that level, of course they're gonna pull you away from the black shit because they trying to keep you out of in trouble. They trying to keep you out of trouble because you're an investment for them.
Right.
Like you're a valuable asset to them. So hey man, I know when we was on the road, pimp, like we was working sometimes 2-3 shows a week. You know what I mean? And so hey man, like I said, I was seeing Atlanta 1 day a week for about 2-3 years. You know what I mean? So he was getting it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say how much money he was making, but he was getting it, Phil. You know what I mean? At the time.
So let me ask you, once Def Jam came into play, Def Jam coming, do you think do you think y'all camp should have utilized that more, or was that also a more political move as well?
Nah, like Def Jam, like that's what separated Def Jam and Comic View. Like Def Jam was more underground. And see, if you think about it, the first 3 seasons of Def Jam, all those comedians in that class, they got paid. And they got paid for a long ass time. Like Bruce had the game on lock for about 20, 25 years. Man. So
Yeah.
all the people that started with me and right up under that, we kind of
Um.
got lost in the shuffle. We got overlooked. Because by
For
the
real?
time they were looking for some other comedians, shit, it was time for the social media comedian.
Mm.
we got, and that's why I always say we got overlooked. Like the comedian that started out with me, pimp, I put them up against anybody. You know what I mean? I can put you a show together now with some of the comedians that started with me, pimp, and we'll go against anybody, and they can't touch us. But they might not be able to sell a whole lot of tickets because they never had a chance to get that fame.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So and then like I remember when the social media comedians first really started, and they might put one on the show with me, but then once they see that he might not be able to follow me, or he'll realize that damn, I ain't got as much time as I think I did. Shit, now you want to put him up in front of me so I won't burn him, but you want to give him all the money. No, 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 no. He's getting paid like the headliner. He's got to go up behind me. I'm
Right.
not. I'm not. I'm not finna do the headliner spot and he get all the money. No, no. See, I
Right.
used to play
Right.
all this shit, Pimp. Like, no, no, no. We hey, if they getting the money, hey, Pimp, they finna put the work in. You
That's
know
it.
what I mean? Hey. See,
Dang.
I ain't never been caught up in that fame shit. You know what I mean? So that don't excite me. You know what I mean? I know the difference in between the headliner, the host, and the feature. But if I'm not getting paid like the headliner, I'm not finna do headliner time. I'm not finna do headliner.
Do you think now at this stage, even in your career, you think now you and Bruce can put something together for about a good maybe 10-city tour with the people y'all from
Man,
y'all camp?
let
Do
me
you
tell
think
you
it
something.
would even be worth it?
I can put it together. It's nothing. Like Pimp, I'm still polished. If I go get on the stage right now, and I haven't did a show in probably about 2 years,
Mm,
and if I go get on stage now, after about the first 2-3 minutes, Pimp, I'm right back in form. Once I get that first laugh, like, cause I'm being me. Like the same shit I'm gonna say on here, same shit I'm gonna say on stage. Like it ain't no act. It's just remembering what I want to talk about. So
right,
it don't matter how long I've been off stage, Pimp. If we gonna finna go on tour, I'll tell you what, give me a month. Let me go jump on stage for a month straight, and I promise you, I'll be right back timing perfect, delivery perfect, stage presence perfect. You know what I mean? Because it's just me being me. You know what I mean? So, but like I say, man, I just have to be in control of my own destiny this time. You know what I
right.
mean? I don't want to have to kiss anybody's ass to come to their club, and I gotta try to call you, sell myself, and like, no, hell no. You know what I mean? Like that was my problem at first. Like I'm not good at selling myself. Like mama asked me, "Hey pimp, you find it, nigga? Give me the microphone. Where the stage at? That's it. Let Give me the microphone. When I come on stage, you tell me, am I worth you hiring me? That's how I'm not finna call you. Hey man, I do this. I done did this and that. Like, I'm not with that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like I understand business. I talk too direct. Okay, that's great for being a real man, but it's terrible in business, especially when you're dealing with white people. They consider me very aggressive. So
Yeah.
they don't like to like anytime you stand up for yourself, pimp, they gonna call you difficult. Anytime they can't fuck over you, they gonna call you difficult. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you
So
know
I
what, black man, might have to what? And I'm just floating this out here. You know, it ain't a definitely or nothing.
I'm gonna tell you what'll be a fire ass shit, and they've been trying to get it done for the longest. Greg
What's that?
Street want this done bad. A
He wanted what?
5-5. Greg Street want this done real bad. He been talking about it for about 20 years. A 559 reunion
Um,
comedy show.
well, you know what? That,
We can't do it without Bruce. That's that's the
well,
hold
you
up.
know what? You get a chance to talk to Bruce. I'm gonna
I'm talking
stop.
to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring
Yeah,
him
I
up
know you
here.
say you've been holler at him, right?
I'm
But
bringing up
guess what?
Winston.
Guess what? I want you to tell him that you got a partner. This part I can guarantee because it's brand new. I'm gonna say 99.9%. I got a partner who just got this building in the city done revenerated. I think he did like a $5 million renovation in it. It's not too far from where the 559 used to be. It's already extravagant. Ask him what is a good day for you and him to come by and just see the building before y'all even solidify, even putting something together. And I give y'all the time and the date and the location with the owner right there, and y'all can orchestrate a deal.
Now I'm gonna tell you like this. Like I used to tell people back in the day, I can't I can't speak for him. He's gonna send you to his folks, to his
Mhm.
booking agency. He's not gonna do anything without them. Now, what I can do, I can come check it out. I know his managers and all that. I know them personally. You know what I mean? I can send them an offer, tell them what we're trying to do. Maybe we can get it done. But that's one thing about me, pimp. Like when we used to do shows and everybody want all these free tickets, nigga, you brew boy, hey man, no nigga, you gonna support my boy. Go pay to come see him. You know how many people
Right,
we can get to come see us for free? Motherfucker.
right,
So if you want to support us, come in, and every now and then I give you a ticket. But if that's the only time you call me, and like hell no.
Right, right. What? Well, I mean, the good thing is this place should hold about, from what I've seen, from back in the day, it held 3,000, but from the renovation he done did, it's probably knocked it down about 1,800.
Right. Yeah.
But it used to hold 3,000 back in the day.
Yeah. I'm saying like me and Bruce were doing 3,000 seaters, man, back 20 years ago, pimp. So
Yeah.
3,000 seaters ain't shit. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right, right.
and
So that's
then
why I
like
was
I
just
say,
saying
just
how.
that name alone, pimp. Like, and then Keisha, I see your question. She says, "Is my style of comedy more accepting now?" And I can't keep up with all the changes, but your comedy speaks to most of us. Like, yeah, like
Right.
my comedy it ain't it ain't gonna never get outdated
Yeah.
because it's real shit. Like that's what I was known for. You know what I mean?
I'm
Being
saying bring
real.
money.
So it ain't
I'm
gonna
sorry.
never go nowhere. And then Keisha, everybody trying to get me back on stage. I would love to be back on stage. Like I say, I'm like I tell you what I would love to happen. Like I would love to have me a spot where I can sell my food and perform when I want to, pimp. And like I
Mm,
tell people, like just like I used to go to everybody's city once or twice a year, everybody comes to Atlanta once or twice a year. I can
right.
instead of me begging to get in these comedy clubs, I can wait till you come to Atlanta to see me. That's it.
There it is.
I ain't got to kiss nobody ass. And then
That's
I'm
right.
gonna feed you and get that food money and goddamn make you laugh and get that show money.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, and Keisha just said the same thing. My food and comedy. Like Pim, I got a fire ass idea for a show, a concept
Yeah.
that I want to do. You know what I mean? But I can't give it to everybody because somebody gonna try to do it. I know they are.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
No, don't
saying
give
like
out to me.
no, I'm saying I tell you, but you know what I mean? Like Pimp, I know it'll pop. Just like I know this 559 reunion will pop. Like if we probably can do it without Bruce, but it'll really sell if
In
he there.
real sale. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll really sell if he there. Like everybody would love to see it, especially with shit like this. Like we done lost Tyler, Nod see, like Pimp. Just and I tell them I want to just have it one more time before we get too old, Pimp. Like certain things, man, you can't recreate that magic, Pimp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't recreate the magic. So let's do it before we even get too old, Pimp.
Get too old.
Let's just go out and hey man, let's go out with a bang, man. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
But
I agree.
hey man, I don't
I'm
know, man.
definitely, man. I'm a.
I'm gonna talk to him. But Greg Street been trying to get this done for years. For years.
Well, now that you even bring up Greg Street, me and Greg familiar with each other. You know, we see each
I know
other out a
Greg
lot. You
very
know, like
well.
we've been
I
seeing
know,
each other for about 20 years.
yeah, I know Greg very
Uh,
well.
yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
that's my
we
dog.
speak to each other. You know, when we come across each other. You know, or
Right.
at least acknowledgement. You
Right.
know, I
Like
don't.
nigga, I used to have his personal numbers. I used to have the number up in the booth
Uh,
at
okay.
V103. Like that's my dog. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. He definitely always been. I mean, I can say he's always been pretty approachable. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Hey,
Uh.
very stand up guy. You
Yeah.
about that business, yeah. He about that business now. And he finna bullshit with you, but if you about business, yeah.
I'm gonna definitely put that bug in my man ear and see what he say about his location, man, because I think he would like that, man. I think he would, you know, and see if everybody can sit down, and come up with a decent figure that the people can come out and support. See if it can
Yeah.
line, see if it can line everybody's pockets, you know.
Yeah. I mean if it's a nice spot and he wanna do a comedy night or turn that bitch into a comedy club, him let me know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm with it. And I like competition. Like I would love to go up against Uptown, the Atlanta Comedy Theater. Like, hey man, I ain't scared.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I would love to do some shit, man. So hey, man. I'm like
Yeah,
I
I'm
said,
a
I'm
definitely.
just waiting on the spot, Pimp.
Yeah. No,
If I find a spot,
I get
you
you.
know what I mean. Even if we do a show once a month or however, you know what I mean.
Right.
But I do think people need more real entertainment. Like Pimp, I still love live music, man. What the bands at? You know
Man,
what I mean? What are the bands at, man? Like, hey,
Black,
man.
I promise you, my nephew is actually my partner's nephew, but I just call him a nephew. He playing this live band. He number 20. I think he's 26 years old. He be asking me all the time. He be like, "Man, you really appreciate this?" I be like, "Boy, you just don't know. We grew up
Yeah,
on live band.
live
You
music,
know what I'm
Pimp.
saying?" I say, "Boy, you really." I say, "I don't think." I say, "You're so good at your craft. I don't think you really understand what your craft means to people who already love this craft before you was born.
Right,
You don't see by you do it so well, cause see he been playing the drums and the trumpet since he was a kid.
right,
So to him, he done perfected it so well. He like, it's just music. I love it. I love what I do. But he don't really grasp the concept why we love it.
right,
That part hadn't hit him yet. Because
right,
if it did, he wouldn't really ask. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
But just like you said, we grew up on the live band.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The live band
Okay.
was already at the 731. It was
Yes,
already
sir.
at
Yes,
Libra
sir.
back then. It was
Yes,
already at Ely. The
sir.
559 on certain
Yeah,
night had a
that's
live band.
right. That's right.
617 live band. The Peacock downtown live band.
That's it.
You can't beat that. I don't
Right,
care how well
right.
you make instruments on the
Like and since
that
they
little
make everything for
beat
young folks,
machine.
man. Since they make everything for young folks, I just want somewhere where we can go
Where
and
we can go.
chill. Like my age group, from I say 40, from 40 to on up, where we
Yeah,
can go and sit down and chill without worried about all that drama. Like it might jump off in a minute. Like Pimp, I still love fish fries. I still love goddamn, like I say, live music. Goddamn, hey Pimp, I'm old school. Spade card
right.
parties, like Pimp, like hey man, that's our generation, man.
It is. It is. It is.
Look, Keisha said, "Why am I getting angry, Black? You've been in the industry since forever, but these social media communities, I'm not calling no name, but seems to be shaking it. Yeah, like and Pearl always asks me too, like how I feel about these new comedians getting all this money on street comedy when I created it, and I'd be like, Pimp, I did my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been an innovator. Like even
Right.
with kickball, like Pimp, I did my job, Pimp, to get this shit started. Like I'm not a hater, Pimp, especially
Yeah.
on no black man. Like
Yeah.
if you can get it, Pimp, like people don't realize it's enough money for everybody out here. And if it
For
ain't, guess what?
everybody.
They'll make some more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
So
real.
I'm not a hater, man. So I'm proud of every comedian that's out here getting it. You know what I mean? Just don't forget the ones before you that paved the way. Like you
Yeah.
don't owe me shit. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for shit. Just every now and then be like, hey man, we appreciate the ones before us. Like even if like a lot of newer comedians don't even know who I am, bro. You know what I mean? So and I don't get offended. Like I ain't been on the scene in a while.
Right.
So I don't get offended. I don't take that shit to heart. But as soon as I'm somewhere where the cats that started out with me, boy, they be like, hey man, did black boy, did black boy, did black boy, did hey, and they be like, hey man, so yeah, I done heard a lot about you and like, so I'm cool, man.
Yeah.
I did what I was put here to do. That was introduce the world to street comedy, and hey man, hey,
That's it.
take it and run with it. Like
Take it and run with it.
take it and run with it, man. Like do your own thing with it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I love to see shit grow. Like
Yeah,
I don't want the game to stay where I started out.
right. I wanted to evolve.
Right.
Yeah,
She said no hate but collab and appreciate the ones that paid the way. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Just appreciate the people that went through the struggle for you to be able to get what you're getting. You know what I mean?
right. Got to,
So
you got to know it's all right to pay homage.
right. And see, like that's one thing I can say I like about DC Young Fly.
Mm,
Like I didn't really care nothing about him when he first came out because to me he sounded too much like Chris Tucker.
mm-hmm.
But then he actually took the time to learn the game and to learn how to write material. Now he is funny as shit.
Real. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I appreciate him learning the game and get them changing your style, but you still got the same energy. Like
right.
I like Country Wayne. Country
Yeah,
Wayne, hey man. Like I didn't like his stand up at first before I seen his skits. But
mm-hmm.
then once I seen his skits, I was like, okay, yeah, he is funny. So
Right.
now I think he got some writers now to work on the stand up comedy. And I
Okay.
think he claimed he getting 100,000 a show. Like nigga, I can't hate on that. Like
Yeah,
nigga, get it. I
yeah.
like the little kid, the little Bubba Dub.
Right, right. Bubba Dog. Yeah, he is hilarious.
And then see when I look at their stories, when they don't start doing interviews and shit now. When I look at their stories, pimp, these some deep cats, man. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They just young, but hey man, they understand what it's about. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
they do.
I'm not saying that y'all had to go through the shit we go through, but just appreciate us going through it to pave the way for you to be able to do what you do. And you don't owe me shit.
Right,
And if you need some help to get to another level, I'm here. Like
right.
I still can write, man. Like writing is easy for me. Like when I was writing for Comic View with Bruce Pip, I had them crackers fucked up. I mean, I ain't mean to use the word cracker, but I had them fucked up. They were like, man, where
Right.
are you getting all this shit from? We doing 5 shows a day, Pimp, for 6 weeks. 5 shows a day. He never did the same material. They were like, hey man, where are you getting all this? I was like, Pimp, this is stuff that I've been wrote. It's just me reading over the stuff that I've always been writing, realizing what's good for him. Like some of
Right.
the people used to ask me, um, how what danger comedy. I don't know who in danger comedy, but I'll look them up. But she said Bubba Dog, Country Wayne, DC Young Fly, and Danger Comedy. But like I didn't I didn't mind writing because his style and my style were totally different. So the stuff that I'm giving him, Pimp, I ain't gonna never use that shit. Yeah, it was
Right.
funny to me, and I wrote it. Small Fry asked me to write for her back in the day. Ricky Smiley, you know, but like Pimp, I'm hey man, I'm a whole lot entrenched, more entrenched in the game than people realize. Like
Right.
that's why I was saying on the thing I was talking about now. Like I still watch y'all, man. I still pay attention to the game. I just don't. I just ain't been around it. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to a real comedy show, a big comedy show in shit, probably about 10 years, man.
Hey,
You know what I mean? Not that I don't like the game or mad at nobody. Like when I
right.
stepped away, I just decided to step all the way away. Like
That's
I
it.
wouldn't want to go to a bunch of comedy shows and I can't jump on stage. Like hey, I go to
Right.
that show. I
Right.
want to be on stage, man. I love people. I love entertaining people. I love seeing people laugh. So I'm like, look, if I'm gonna step away, I need to, you know, what I mean, I'm not gonna make the shit painful by going to all these comedy shows, but then I ain't getting on stage now. Like, nah, hell no,
Right.
that'd be too painful. You know what I mean? So
I feel you. You know it. You know because that's something that you can always have. You know that ain't like a football or a basketball.
right, right,
You know what I'm saying? Your body gonna tell you you can't take the same hit that you took at
right,
32. You
right,
know, and now you're 42 or 52. You know, you can't
right,
take those same hits like you did when you was 28. But you
right,
know, comedy is something different. You know,
right.
if I'm able to make people laugh at 15, I'm able to make people laugh at 51, 61, 71.
That's
You know,
right.
what's the white dude, George?
Carlin,
Yeah, George Carlin. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
Yeah, he
that's
about he
true. You
about
know, Richard
75,
Pryor.
80 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Richard Pryor then was proof of that.
Right.
Eddie Murphy is still proof of that today.
Right. Right.
You know, um, that's just something. That's timeless, man. It's
Right.
timeless.
And like for me, pimp, I never cared about being a movie star, actor, none of that, pimp. I
Mhm.
just want to be king of stand up.
Right,
Like I never cared about being famous, never cared about fame. I just wanted to travel the country with my boys, like Bruce and Nod and Mike Epps and what I mean, Double D and JJ. Like whenever we was on show together, like pimp, that was the word. That meant the world to me. Like pimp, I get to go across the country with my boys performing. Like what would be better than that? You know what I mean? So it was never about the fame. It was never about honestly. It was never really about the money. You know what I mean? I know it sounds crazy to say that, but it wasn't.
no,
Like the whole time I was on the road with Bruce, which me being on the road with him so long kind of hurt my career because I kind of got labeled as Bruce feature. You know what I mean?
right,
Even when I went to headline in the cities before he came in town, like I go to the cities, I might get to the cities Tuesday and Wednesday, and then he come in on the weekend. I headline during the week, and then when he come, I feature for him. You know what I mean?
right,
But after, like I say, when I was on the road with him for 8 years, that was unheard of. So it kind of typecast me a little bit. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people felt like I didn't want to work if I went on the show with Bruce. Like
mm,
how they come up with that, I don't goddamn know. You
right,
know what I mean? But that's what I heard when I was trying to find out what was going on. They were like, a lot of promoters feel like you don't want to be on the road if you're not with Bruce. And I'm like, how they come up with that? It just shit. We got great chemistry and we've been together so long. That don't mean I want
right,
to do that. Like he do
yeah,
shows like yeah, I
right,
do shows like him. Like, but it was like it was a lot of bullshit, man. And I just got fed up. Like I said, when I stopped, because I came on the road with Bruce in '08, and when I came on the road with Bruce, and I'm calling all these clubs I've been in for the last 8, 9 years, and y'all not even returning my phone calls, and I'm trying to find out what the hell going on. Like I ain't never had no problem with comedians. I ain't never had no problem with no managers, no waitresses, no club owners, no nothing. You know what I mean? So I couldn't figure it out, and then nobody could tell me what was going on.
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? Hey, pimp, after about 5 years of me pretty much doing shows here and there, and the two main shows I was still doing was the Start On down in Birmingham and the Comedy House in Columbia, South Carolina. After about 5 years, I was like, hey, pimp. Because Bruce asked me, hey, man, you still doing comedy? I was like, pimp, shit. I had to find me something else to do. Like, for 5 years, pimp, I did basically 2 or 3 shows a year. Like,
Right,
pimp, I gotta find me something else to do. So,
mm-hmm.
and like, but I had my stage of being bitter, trying to figure out what the hell happened and all that shit. But then after so long, people, I was like, I guess it just went in the cards. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And then, like I also say, is I do know that while I was on the road, I didn't spend a lot of time with my family.
mm,
But then, as soon as I came off the road, everybody, my immediate family, my brother, my sister, my mama, and my daddy, everybody had 1 to 2 real surgeries except me.
yeah,
So I was glad to be able to spend time with them then. So like that's why I can't be bitter. You
right,
know what I mean? Either I can not spend any time with my family chasing a dream my whole life, or I can get slowed down and I can always find some money, man. I'm a hustler. I
yeah,
always can, you know what I mean? So, like I say, like I don't care about traveling, getting on the road as much. Like I still love to travel, but I don't care about getting on the road that much. That's why I say if I can find me a spot here that, hey, Pim, I'm
yeah.
cool.
Cause everybody come here.
I just want to perform. Like I don't care about all the extra shit, man. I just want to perform. That's it.
I
And
think
and
I
keep
might, I might have some, man. I'm gonna show talk to the show talk to these two cats, man. Then if so, man, if they kind of if they act like they just willing to entertain the idea, man, I'm gonna call you,
Yeah.
man, so we can
And
all
like
link up.
if they want to do something with some comedians, pimp, just let me know. I can make it
Yeah,
happen. Like I still got the connections. I still, you know what I mean? Like pimp, I still talk to these boys and like the Keys called me the other day, Mac Boosie, Ken from Uptown, like pimp, we
yeah,
still talk. You know what I mean? Like these still my boys. And like they made sure I knew what was going on with Nord. Like, hey, pimp,
right,
like I said, I started getting phone calls on Tuesday. You know what I mean? So, like I say, man, I'm still very fond of the game. I'm still very fond of the comedians. Like, Pimp, I just try to stay out the way, man. And I like to let everybody be themselves. Like whatever image you got, like Pimp, I'm not trying to mess that up. You know what I mean?
right.
Whatever you done got the world to believe that you are, Pimp, do your thing, Pimp. But I'm
So,
what I ain't gonna do is act fake. What I do is stay out the way.
right.
You know what I mean? Like if I
That's
see
real.
you on that bullshit, Pimp, I'm you know what I mean. I'm still me, man. I'll say something about it. So if I see you on that bullshit now, or you all Hollywood and all that shit, hey Pimp, I'll let you have that shit. I won't be around. I'm gonna speak. Hey Pimp, what's up? Yeah, right? Hey, I'm gone, man. Go entertain
Right,
your folks. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Let me know when you ain't on stage. I'll come holler at you in the real world. You know, like Pimp, I
man.
don't like because I've always been me. So being make believe or being something that you ain't, like Pimp, I don't go for that. Like Pimp, I just like genuine people. You
That's
know what I
real.
mean? Whatever you are, however you are, just be genuine and be true to who you are, and I'm good with it.
That's
You
it,
know what I mean? So hey man,
man. Man, I definitely black man. You know what? I'm gonna definitely see what I can do, man. I'm gonna definitely, man. I'm gonna try to by next week, man. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to both of the people, man. I'm gonna see, like I said, if they willing, if they just willing to even entertain out there, man. I'm gonna call you,
yeah,
you know, and I'm hoping for the best. But I like that. I definitely
yeah,
like that idea of the 559 reunion. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
I know people will line up at
Hey
least.
man, Pimp, I
They'll
promise
give
you they
y'all
will.
3 days. Yeah, yeah,
I
they'll get
know they will.
man. I'm telling you, man. And just by my partner having this new venue,
Right.
our age group. Man, it's. I would love to see that. I
Right.
know people would.
Hey, Pimp, I know they'll come out for
Yeah, they'll
that.
definitely come out for that.
They'll come out for
They
that
will,
five
man.
five. Hey man.
Oh man, they'll
Like,
definitely
you
come.
know, they actually was doing they was giving a tribute to the Combat, which is where me and Bruce and Nod started at. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, they was doing a tribute to it. Like the Combat was before Uptown.
Uh.
And they pushed it back to next year. Like I've been talking to the owner and his brother. And
Wow.
yeah, they pushed it back to next year. Like I want to interview both of them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that's why I got my start at the Comeback Theater.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would love to. And to me, the Comeback never got its respect because it was so early. Like the Comeback closed March 8th, 1994.
Dang.
You know what I mean? I think Uptown had been in business probably 6 months or 8 months when Uptown. I mean, when the Comeback closed.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? The Comeback never really got its real props. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they are doing a tribute to it. And then thank you, Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha says she gonna always give me my flowers. I appreciate it, boo. I really do. And hey, Miss
Okay.
Kara, I seen you. I wasn't ignoring you. I see you. But yeah, hey man, like I tell women all the time, men just like appreciation, man.
Yeah.
Like we'll old, but I say old school men. Old school men just like appreciation, like just acknowledgement that I didn't do all that shit for nothing.
Yeah.
That's just the acknowledgement. Like, hey man, I'm good with that, man.
Yeah. Just some acknowledgement and some good cologne. That'll do it.
And that's
Some
it.
cream, Tom Ford or something.
That's it.
Asparagus.
Right.
But nah, man. Man, I'm gonna get on in the building, Black. But man,
Yeah, man.
I'm definitely, man. Hopefully, in about a week or two, man, I can definitely have your answer, man, and
Yeah, I mean,
You
we'll
know, hopefully.
politic. We'll politic
Yeah.
and get together, man. Like I'm willing. I want to do some more shit. Like I think I got one more good run in me, man.
Hey man,
Before,
I believe so, man. I think you might have more than that, but man,
yeah, man. I
I
think I got one more good run in me. You know
yeah,
what I
I
mean?
definitely like that idea, bro. I do,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
So I'm gonna be in contact with you, and hopefully, man, hopefully it all can fall in place.
yeah. We can make it happen. Pimp. It ain't like I say, but I just need a building. Everything
Right.
else, I think I can take care of. You know what I
All
mean?
right.
If we get a
All
few
right.
investors to get a little advertising, I think
Right.
I can handle everything else.
Well, you know that we got Greg Street for.
Right.
You know,
That's what I'm saying.
and I still got ties to the new young boy. I mean, well, of course he ain't young, but on station wise, he young, and that's Stuart Rock. So I think we can make it happen.
Right. Okay. Well,
You
shit,
know.
pimp. You be careful out there, pimp. Out there in them
I-
Atlanta streets, man. You know it's
yeah, man.
wicked out
Yeah,
there, boy.
man. I know,
So,
man. I know, man.
it,
I ain't gonna stay too long.
right, yeah. Get in, get out, pimp. That's
Right. All
hey,
right,
pimp.
Black man. I
All right,
definitely,
pimp.
man. I hit you later, man. I appreciate you, man, having me on the show again, bro.
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure. This our show, pimp. It ain't no having you on here. This yours.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I appreciate it, man.
All
Definitely,
right,
man.
pimp.
I
Yes,
definitely
sir.
enjoy it every time.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. It's always a pleasure, pimp.
And thanks to people for coming in and chiming through,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know,
Hey,
definitely, man. So I
all
definitely,
right,
man,
man.
Black. I definitely, man. I have some answers in about a week or two, man. Whether it's yeah or
Okay,
nay.
okay.
All right,
All right,
bet.
pimp. Yeah.
Peace.
Hey man, that's my boy Johnny Q, man. It's been a pleasure ever since I've been knowing him. You know what I mean? And like I say, real recognize real, and a genuine people. I recognize them when I meet them, and I hold on to them. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna hold y'all all day. It's been about an hour and a half, but again, I want to thank y'all for the donations y'all been giving to Nod. I want to thank y'all for watching the video. Like I've been getting a lot of love from that video. And actually, his cousin hit me today and told me that they played it for his mother, and she smiled because hey man, like they've always been family to me. They've always been real cool with me. She's always been another one of my play mamas. So to Mama Hosted, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're holding on. And hey man, I'm still here. You know what I mean? So you never have to worry about that. And hopefully, man, my boy be all right, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, I want to thank y'all again for checking them out. And then look, like I say, man, just follow my pages so I can make this social media shit work. And hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. And y'all know I'll be back. We here every Thursday, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon. But like I said, I'm trying to create some more things with other people, and I'm trying to be seen every day, man. I'm trying to make y'all sick of me. I'm trying to make y'all get tired of looking at my black ass face. But I'm back, man. Y'all be easy.